hello and welcome to Channel 83. We're live here today from the Kumeu Hot Rod Show and Festival. And boy, is there a lot of cars and a lot of people. This is setup day and there's still heaps of cars, heaps of people. So tomorrow make sure you come out. Right, our channel's about community. It's all about community. Today we're celebrating one of the biggest communities in the country. The hot rod community, the classic car community, the classic truck community, there's even classic caravans. Now, you don't want to see somebody like me all day, so I got a couple of stars over here. These guys are going to be with you most of the day. The guy in the blue shirt, that's Roger Davis. Guy on the left, real star from Australia. That's Fletch. He makes a show called Classic Restos that you see on our channel. Great show, great guy. These two guys be wandering around with this microphone, this camera, and they'll all be entertaining you. So we'll take a short break now while we get set up, and then we'll be back.
Welcome back to the Classic Car and Hot Rod Festival here at Kumeu. And with me is, as you did earlier, is Fletch, who's helping us a little bit today, but interesting to got a bit of noise in the background of people coming onto the show here. But Classic Restos business with Fletch, you've been here for how many years?
Pretty well over a decade now, Roger. Keep coming across the ditch. The customs officials at the airport have been doing so great track record.
Well, they probably let you come in because you're a hot rod man and a classic car man, so they recognise that when you come through the door. But look, you've got a show in Australia, and you told me that you travel around the world a bit as well, but you've got a show regarding like classic restos and all that sort of stuff, which is also on our channel, by the way.
Sure. No, Roger, I refer to Classic Restos as a lifestyle automotive TV show, and I'm proudly enough to say that I'm in my 17th year with the show now. I'm approaching to 800 episodes, and I guess what it does, it showcases classic vehicles, whether they be bikes, cars or trucks, the sentimental reasons, what they mean to people, the passion. Many decades ago we saw these cars as kids growing up and probably didn't think too much about things back then, but unbeknownst to us, I guess they became impregnated here in our minds. All these decades later, these vehicles mean so much to so many people these days. And to think that we can come to a place like Kumeu here in West Auckland, where around 3,000 vehicles comprising those classic cars and hot rods as well. It's also a unique opportunity where two blends of the car cultures from hot rods and classic cars meet for the weekend and talk basically all things automotive.
Yes, and just alluding to that when we were younger, is that these sort of cars that we used to drive around when we were younger, and they sort of disappeared for a while, and then all of a sudden we sort of got older and I guess we ran our businesses and or work or whatever it was, and we got a little bit of extra money. All of a sudden it just boom, came back on the surface again, and there's hundreds of them.
A lot of these cars were traded in years ago because they might have had a slipping clutch or a leaking radiator, and anyone watching here will agree that's into the vehicles that these are the cars we want now. To be able to find a car that only had a slipping clutch or a leaking radiator, they're the ones we want. So they just mean
showroom full of stuff.
Absolutely, and that's the other thing too. The skill set over the years has become very clever with these cars. Also, too, aftermarket parts is a big thing. We're in a better position now in 2025 to restore a car than probably what we were in 1998, where we relied on maybe fax machines, basic internet services, I guess, trying to find parts inventories. We've got companies now that are making sections of cars and doing door rubbers, and you can buy glass for these cars, and that has become a multi-million-dollar industry in itself behind bikes, cars and trucks. So we can help people dream alive and preserve these vehicles. And I think that's what a lot of it is too, is preservation. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's correct, and we'll see this afternoon because some of the shows or some of the out the back here, you'll see some of the resto companies and what they've got or what they've done and all that sort of thing. And the quality of the workmanship is at a level that's way up there.
Absolutely, it is. A lot of the cars restored can sometimes look better than possibly when they left their dealership. When they were new back in the day. These days patinas, so they have some moss on them or their paint is faded, but it will be found in a garage, in a barn, whatever you want to call it, pulled out of there, do the mechanics, make them roadworthy, and leave the bodies alone. And it's another special way of looking at them as well, because they're only original once.
Yes, yeah, that's right. So you basically got a business, and you were just telling me off here. You travel around not only New Zealand, you've got other shows to go to throughout the year, but you also go to America and everywhere else throughout the world.
Yeah, the United States of America has been on my project agenda since 2009, and every year the tour of Detroit, we take people that watch classic restos and have the opportunity to join me in Detroit in August for a 10-day tour that every Saturday, automatic every Saturday. Without Detroit, you wouldn't have any of this stuff. And it's just really cool, the buildings, the museums, the places we take it for lunch, you know, and some of the best car museums in the world. That's another level over there again. But yes, New Zealand is big. Been coming to New Zealand since 2007 as well, and comprising some big events here. And
yes, exactly. So you're going to be busy over the weekend. You've got to make a couple of shows, so you're going to be busy over the weekend. And are they going on here on our 83 channel? I think you supply us programs as well. Yes.
So 2 episodes of Classic Restos here at the 2020 Classic Car and Hot Rod Festival, coming your way soon on Sky on 083 Place TV.
Well done. So you're going to be a busy man, so I better let you go because you've got a lot of work to do over the weekend. So thanks for the chat, and we will catch up with you during the course of the day and for some more insight on this industry.
That's okay.
Thanks a lot, Fletch. Okay, there we have Fletch. So we might just wander across and go and see the major sponsors that here at the venue. We'll have a bit of chat with them. So we'll be back very shortly.
What a great pass from Tataval, and what a try.
Whoa! Goldie! Yeah! Get in there!
The classic car in all its glory. No one knows the restoration of the classic car better than Fletch, our man from Australia, with his weekly program, Classic Restos. G'day, I'm Fletch, Classic Restos, Friday nights at 8 p.m.
Welcome back to the Classic Car and Hot Rod Festival here at Kumeu. And with big festivals like this, they need sponsors, and one of the biggest sponsors here is Repco, with a massive stand here. You can see I've got the Repco hat on now, and with me is Liz, who's from Repco, marketing manager.
Hi, nice to meet you, nice to see you guys. Welcome to the Kumeu Hot Rod and Car Show Festival. It is our 5th year as sponsors, and we're very proud to be here. We're pretty stoked that the weather's turned up. It's a bit breezy, but it's sunny and it's dry and it's warm, and there's a whole lot of people having a great time.
And Repco, they've been involved with this for 5 years. What was the main reason for Repco getting behind something like this? Obviously the car for Connecting.
Oh, that's easy. This is one of the longest running car shows in New Zealand. It's huge. It attracts thousands of people, not just from Auckland, but from all over the country every single year. So for us, it was really important to get involved. We love grassroots, we love cars, and this is where passion meets the road. So that's why we're here.
And talking about passion, there's a lot of passion here over the weekend with all these classic cars, and some of the restoration work and some of the builds that they've done is just insane.
Absolutely, blows us away. We've actually got a car on the stand that's worth close to $500,000 right now. There's a Jaguar behind us. You guys might want to check it out a little bit later. But it is before. This is our F100 truck, and this little beast came over from America about 3 years ago, and we did a little rebuild on this on our digital channel. And this is now our event vehicle. I get a lot of grief from all the boys at work, so I get to drive this around, and they all want the keys.
I'm sure they do. So This is actually your promotional tool as far as Repco for events like this.
It is, yeah. It comes with this Kumeu and a few other shows like Beach Hop and all around the country, South Island as well.
We'll just take a little bit of wander around here, Liz, and just having a look over there. You've got that wheel there, so just tell us a little bit about that.
I know you guys have no prize here. He's for it to spin and win. Come on, let's give you a prize.
So what do we do here?
Take the mic here. There we go. He's out of control. This is dreadful. All right, you get to spin. Normally, I'd ask you to sign up to our fantastic rewards program that delivers amazing value Repco rewards. But right now, you're going to spin it. You're going to win it.
There we go. Maybe spun too hard.
Fingers crossed.
What do we got? We got here voucher.
Oh, you're going to get a voucher, or would he like a mystery prize?
Maybe we go for the mystery prize.
I reckon mystery prize. We're going to sort you out with a really cool collectible card.
Oh, great! Thank you. You can see here. You can see here that there's a lot of fun here on the stand as well. And here we go. We've got a look at that.
So
look at
one
that.
of our highly exclusive collectible Oz wheels.
Oz wheels. There we go.
You enjoy that? That is a fantastic 1970s police car.
It's great being a TV presenter. Thank you very much, Liz. Just on that, I see here we've got some caps and all sorts of things like that. So,
look,
we'll wander down here and have a quick look.
Yeah, we've got Dylan.
Hello, Dylan.
Hello, how are you?
And giveaways for people coming in over the weekend. You've got flags and caps and all that sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, we like to be sun safe. So, the caps work really well for us. We've got some beautiful Kumeu stickers, kids' flags. We're here to spread the love.
So a lot of fun in this whole area here, isn't it?
A lot of fun.
And just over in the stand there, I see you've got some wash. Have you got some special deals for this weekend?
We've got some phenomenal deals for this weekend. So, there's show specials. As you see, car wash. There's great signs for man caves or, for anyone who's a huge car enthusiast. So come on down, enjoy the Repco stand, spin and win, and have a great show.
So if somebody is out of town and they can't get here for the shows, are the same deals being run over Repco right throughout New Zealand?
Well, that's a great question. No, not this weekend, but when we are in your local town, you will absolutely find us there, and we'll be there with great show specials and with all the same fun of the fair.
Well, it's been fun talking to you, so good luck for the weekend, and thanks very much for sponsoring the event. All the best.
Absolute pleasure. Have a great show. See you guys.
Thank you. And that's Repco, who's the main or one of the main sponsors here. And like Liz was saying, they've got some pretty good deals here. But we might take a wander down to the classic cover shed down there, or tent down there, and we'll have a little bit of a chat down there with Fletch again. He's got a couple of vehicles, and we'll run through them. So we'll wander down there. I'll come down with you, Ian. So we wander down there.
Hello, folks. I'm back. Okay. Well, why don't we'll have a look at it, but hey, we might have to turn the camera off for a while. We're not sure if it's going to work down there, but hey, let's give it a go. Well, we'll see what happens.
Well, shall we just wander down there with the camera rolling?
We're going to wander down there.
Okay, so coming down here, got a great cameraman here, Robin, who's been a cameraman of ours for a long time. He does a lot of motorsport activities. He's a real clever guy behind the camera. And one thing I do notice with the camera is I had to lift it the other day, and I'll tell you what, these people have to be pretty strong, because to have this on the shoulder all day is huge. But anyway, we've got to find Ian, and we'll wander down. You ready, Ian? We'll wander down here. So you can see here, the crowd's starting to build up this afternoon. More and more cars are coming in. It is set-up day, isn't it?
It sure is, Rog, and there's lots of food trucks, and that's the bit that interests me. Have you tried one of these Danish delights, mate? They are just the bomb.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to try one later, and guess who's paying for it? It won't be me.
Aha, I see. Now I get it. Okay, we're just entertaining the crowd, walking along.
Yes, and
making out like a couple of idiots, but that's all right. Hey, that's nice. Oh.
Yeah, it is nice. There's another car there. Well, wherever you look here, look at this here, these choppers here. There's a lot of work going into these.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, look. There you go, Holly. Holly's our assistant. Holly can go and pose on a bike.
Yeah, you can see there, it's a lot of work done, a lot of work going. Right beside there is models, and hopefully we can find Fletch further down here and have a chat to him about one of these vehicles. But just have a look at some of those choppers on the camera there, and some beautiful restoration work being done here. Ian, is that correct?
Okay, we will.
He's busy at the moment doing his director thing. But so the restoration here is absolutely first class. Look at the chrome.
I know, Rog, and our director back there, James, has just told me that we're better than looking at the car park on the wide shot. So he tells us we have to keep looking at things, not looking at us necessarily, but just basically chatting away. It's better than the car park.
Yes, well, we're not really the stars of the show here. I mean, the stars of the show here are all the cars and as Robin's looking at here now, all these models. Models are insane. There's a crowd even further around where they actually make their own models and all this sort of stuff. But just look at the variety they've got here, Ian.
Oh, I know, mate. You got one there. You got a free one. Is that going to the fella at home?
Well, he's a bit old for that now, so we might have to give it to the director's slush fund.
I don't think I could get the price of a beer for that one, but look at these models. I mean, look at that. I mean, unbelievable. There's models for everything. Models, as they say, models for Africa. I'm sure that place is going to be pretty popular. Well, what else have we got? Let's keep wandering.
Yes, we're just come down to the classic cover tent down here, and we may find Fletch. He said he was going to be around here somewhere, and we'll just see how this is going as Ian's phone's going. But have a look at these vehicles here. Rear wheels you can't even see on this. I guess they lift them up, but again, some beautiful machinery. A lot of work being spent on vehicles on the show here. So if you're not doing anything, come down here to the Kumeu Classic Car and Hot Rod Festival. And we're at the Classic Cover Insurance, and we might have a bit of a chat with them actually. So if you've got something like this, you might want some insurance. So we'll have a chat with one of the guys. We'll have a chat with the one of the guys here. We'll come in here, Robin. We're on air at the moment, and we're just having a wander around the place. But a lot of these people got these types of cars, and they're going to need some serious insurance. So do you guys do insurance for classic cars and all that sort of thing? Just come up and have a chat if you like. So basically, what sort of service do you guys provide?
Yeah, so we specialise in the classic cover insurance, so all the classic cars right through to the top end exotics. We don't do your standard cars, so if you've got a Toyota Camry and that's not us, but if you've got something like this, the Pontiac or the bagged out car, definitely up our alley. If it's modified, a lot of insurers shy away from that sort of stuff, but we're always two thumbs up. The crazier it is, the better. So. Yeah.
And is that what you do? You obviously, like you're saying, you specialise in this type of vehicle. It doesn't matter how modified it is, you've got to cover.
No. Sometimes this may sound strange, but sometimes we turn down cars that aren't quite modified enough. So I say other insurers don't want to know about it, but that's our specialty. That's our niche.
Yeah, and I guess over the years you've probably got bigger business-wise, because there's so many. I guess people got older and they got a bit of cash and they buy these types of cars and rebuild them. So I guess from that point of view, as your business is going through the roof.
Yeah, car culture is just huge in New Zealand. I mean, when we had the COVID years or post-COVID years when people couldn't travel, the money they were spending on cars just went through the roof. But that's it's not quite as steep as it was, but it's still continuing. So I'll say the car culture is super alive and well in New Zealand, and we've got a major chunk of that as far as the insurance side.
And like you say, you insure virtually any classic car. You don't do the little Camry at home like you were saying, but these are your speciality.
Yeah. So I'll say everything from the old, pre-World War II type of stuff, right through the late model Ferraris or Lambos or anything like that. But at the moment here at Kumeu, we're specialising in the hot rod type of scene, and it's we've got so many of our customers come in and see us and say good day, or bring along their friends that have got their cars because they may have had a claim. Their old insurer hasn't quite handled the claim situation as well as it should have been, so they bring it along to us, and because we live and breathe it. I mean, this is Larry's car, or another one of his cars, and so we have the cars as well.
Big question people ask though is, do you cover race cars?
We certainly do.
Oh, you do?
Oh yeah, 100%. So we'll do drag cars, sprint cars, off-roaders, drift cars, formula cars, everything. If you can fire it up and race it, we'll cover it.
Obviously not on the racetrack, but you cover it for theft and fire?
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Okay, so there's something for you folks. If you've got a race car at home, here's your people to come and see if you need the vehicle insured. On the trailer as well?
Yeah, on the trailer, yeah. And as well as that, we do motorbikes. I mean, we've got our little pit bike over here in the corner. That's actually our promo giveaway for this year. But also from anything from that right through to your modern Harleys or your big road bikes, everything in between. The only thing we don't do is farm bikes, but I say if it's a motorbike of sorts, we'll do it.
So Classic Cover, if someone wants to get hold of you, how do they get hold of you?
You can go onto our website, classiccover.co.nz, or generally we're pretty much at all of these shows as well, so just rock up and see us.
Great, thanks a lot for your time. You're doing a good job. So there you have it. If you need your vehicle insured, just come and see these guys, Classic Cars. But we haven't caught up with Fletch, so we'll go and find them. So we'll have a little bit of a break now, and we'll try and find Fletch and come back to you very shortly.
Stay tuned to find out how you can get our best heater deal ever. Do you love the feeling of the outdoors on those warm summer nights? Can't wait to get out and do those fun-filled activities? Well, now you can extend those warm summer nights all year round with just the push of a button. Introducing the TiVo Swing Heater that covers more than twice the area of the original TiVo heater and can be stopped in any position to heat you perfectly. Plus our new basic heater with weatherproof IP55 rating and 2000 watts of outdoor heating power at our best price ever. And you won't believe the cost savings. This standard outdoor gas heater costs around $3.50 an hour to run, but the energy efficient TiVo heater only costs about 40 cents per hour to run. That's a saving of about $3.10 per hour. Plus, gas heaters emit carbon monoxide, which is often called the silent killer, so they can affect your health, the environment, and our wallets. The TiVo heater has virtually no health risks and saves you money. Plus, it's 100% weatherproof, so it's not affected by rain, wind, or snow. Not only can you make your outdoor summers last longer, but when it gets really cold outside, you can take it inside and enjoy instant heat in your bedroom or your bathroom. It's an affordable and efficient way to heat your entire home. You'll save a fortune on heating with our best deal ever. If you buy 4 heaters today, valued at $209.99 each, we'll also send you 4 free stands, valued at $110 each. That's a combined value of $1,280. But here today, forget about that. You get it all, 4 heaters plus 4 free stands for only $699.99. But this incredible offer will not last. So go online now or call 0800 700 700. That's 0800 700 700. Call now.
Welcome back to the Classic Car and Hot Rod Festival here at Kumeu, and we're caught up again with Fletch. We've actually found Fletch, and here is a classic car, Fletch, which you're very familiar with. So I'll hand you the microphone, and you're going to wander around this car and just give us some ideas on a resto type car like this. So it's all yours. I'm actually going to shoot across and get that ice cream that the producer guy said he'll get me, right? So I'll give you about 2 or 3 minutes, and I'll come back to you.
All right. That's a very well-deserved ice cream too for Roger, isn't it? Before I go any further, it doesn't matter how much you think you might know, it's about a whole heap of education. And there is just so much to know, you never really will know everything. And as far as I'm concerned, look, you know, it's only a small percentage that I know. There's some gurus out there that know these things inside out and back to front. When you do a job like Classic Restos, having a little bit of knowledge over such a broad spectrum is a pretty tough thing. That's why most times when I do an interview, I let the person tell the story. But here at Kumeu, it's about diversity, from a hot rod through to a classic car. Now, to give you just some example, this is a Chevrolet that I've just chosen out of the paddock here. It's a 1959 car. Now, back in Detroit in 1959 in the United States of America, when this car was designed and built, it would have had narrow cheese cutter tyres, it would have had steel wheels with a nice a full dress rim put on there, or a wheel cover, skinny tyres. But being a 2-door car would have been quite unique back in its day. Keep in mind too that the 4-door variants of these vehicles were sales reps' cars. Mums and dads would take kids to school in these types of cars. They'd go away on the family vacation, and they were the family trucksters back in the day. Here in 2025, we look at the unique styling of a vehicle back before man was on the moon. We look at this wind-swept windscreen that wraps around here. Chevrolet were known in the early 60s for their bubble tops and their screens going fairly high up into the turret. When you look at that today in 2025, how cool does that look, that big front Vista type screen? And the side profiles as well, these swage lines here, like the one in the front of the guard start here, or in the fender as the Americans call it, through to the back here. These were also the cars back in the day that were known as, or referred to as, the panel beaters' nightmares, trying to repair them. Have a go at this. You've got this rear quarter that is all of 2400 long, 8 feet in the old scale, up big swage line, and this wing here that starts at the back here, the rear of the front door, and continues right to the very end of the car. Now, this to me is just, it's incredible. And it was back before the day of computers as well. So this sort of a shape of car and this era of car came from here. The old saying of back to the drawing board. These were drawings that guys in the design department of General Motors used to come up with. Have a go at the rear styling here. Also 1960, around this era, Buick also had a very similar style with their trunk lids as well. Almost, you know, something out of War of the Worlds type styling with these cat's eyes rear tail lights, which, you know, is a super cool sort of a look as well. Having shape is one thing, but hey, why not put some stainless steel around it and let's accentuate that shape? And that's another thing the Americans were very, very good at doing. So we've got huge sheet metal areas here, stainless steel around the outside. And it's not just tacked on. Have a go at this. Look at the shape of the stainless here. Beautiful swage lines in the stainless steel to highlight the back of this car. And just in case you've forgotten, of course, it's a Chevrolet, because you're reminded here on the back with that famous bow tie logo there. So that's just some of a car that can be found here at Kumeu, and as I said earlier, it can start anywhere from an early 20 or a 30s hot rod right through to classic cars such as this, and there's just so much more to be seen here at Kumeu at the Classic Car and Hot Rod Festival. We've come around the other side of this incredible 1959 Impala, and yeah, looking at it myself, 59 or a 60, well, the number plate on this car was a little bit of a telltale sign, so I got that right. But let's go back to the stainless steel for a moment. Have a look at this down the side. Now, we're at the rear of the car earlier, and mentioned the bow tie emblem there with the Chevrolet logo. Down the side here, proudly Impala in the block script lettering there on the side. Of course, another logo on the side in stainless steel, just to accentuate that further. I don't know who owns this car, I don't know the person, I'm not going to open the doors to show you the inside, but the interior might have had a redo some time ago. Hard to say. It may be the original interior. We look at the rear seat there, and obviously that's all original in design with that nice chrome die-cast of well, metallic in the back seat, which is a really, really nice touch. This is the interesting thing too. When we look at a General Motors car, Chevrolet was the first rung of the ladder going up, and the thing was with Chevrolet, you could give it so many options back in the day that you could end up with a Chevrolet that was fully loaded and almost equivalent to the ones higher up the rung, like to the likes of your Oldsmobile, Pontiac, Buick, and then Cadillac.
Well, great. Thanks a lot, Fletch, and it's so good to have an expert here running us through that car. So we're going to go for a break shortly. Before we do, we'll just get Robin to run around and show you the car and close-ups on the car. So Robin, if you just have a quick look around there, and we'll be back shortly. Thanks a lot, Fletch.
That's okay, you're welcome, Roger. There'll be 2 big episodes of the 2025 Kumeu Classic Car and Hot Rod Festival coming your way soon on Classic Restos on 83.
As you can see, it'll be worth watching, especially with an expert like this. Thanks, Fletch.
Not about that, but anyway, thanks, Roger.
The Bush Bee Man is hosted by my old man Mark and follows his journey into beekeeping. Mark is a quintessential farmer from the Riverland. My old man will show you the process of setting up and maintaining beehives, but don't worry, there'll be plenty of laughs along the way. He's not going to be alone because the beekeeping community is full of interesting characters who will also shed some light on some fantastic bee-related topics. New episodes every Thursday at 8:30. This series will not only entertain you but teach you something new along the way.
Right, on the way back, when we were walking back with Roger, the Repco lady mentioned that they had on their stand a Jag. Well, this is it. It's an E-Type. Don't know what year, I'm guessing 66, 67. Pretty unusual in New Zealand because it's left-hand drive, so it's coming from America. Now, I'm English, so an E-Type was actually the car that you really wanted. 4.2. This was the car. This was the car that the Beatles bought. Tom Jones, Lulu had one. Everybody had an E-Type. It was one of the first production cars you could buy that would do 140 miles an hour out of the box. Fantastic car. Look at it. I mean, they've talked about the styling of the E-Type, and they basically said, you know, it's one of the most beautiful cars of all time. Look at those lines. Look at that. E-Type Jag, according to our Repco source, $500,000 for that car. That's a lot of money. But boy, that is a hell of a lot of car. So, okay, we are going to wrap it all up, and we're going to keep walking, and we'll come back to you shortly.
Welcome back, and as we've been seeing all day, we've been seeing some beautiful cars, and we come to this tent here and we find just absolutely unbelievable cars. But these are resto jobs, and Caton is the owner of Real Rides Limited. And Caton, you're responsible for building all these cars.
Well, I oversee it. I don't really do much myself anymore because I don't have time. But yep, we go from go to woe.
Well, just have a look at the car behind you, for example. When that came into your workshop, what did it look like when it first came in?
Well, it had some wheels on it and it had an engine in it, and we then had to change all the rest of the sheet metal, and then it went away again, and the owner put it on. We had it on a rotisserie, and the owner accidentally dropped it off the rotisserie, so then we had to do a roof skin as well. Yeah, and then we started all the custom stuff from there.
So with your shop in Silverdale, this is what people do. They drop off a vehicle like this, for example, and they say, well, basically, probably in this case here, we don't really care about the cost, just do it.
Everyone cares about the cost at some stage, but yep, we like to add our little touch to things and take it as far as we can.
And you got a fair few staff working there with you?
Yeah, we got there's 13 including me.
Right, okay, and you've been going for quite some time?
Next year will be 20 years.
And I guess as people are getting older, and and people tend to have a little bit more money when they get older, as this becomes more prominent, doesn't it? Because they've got money to spend.
Yeah, sure. Yep. Yeah, most of our customers have already paid off their house and they've already got a car or two, and they just want to go that little bit further.
So we've got 4 cars in here. Are you every one of these were these ground up restos?
Pretty much, the 55 wasn't supposed to be, but then it kind of ended up being. It was, yeah. So I guess you could say they are, yeah.
And you've got a Falcon over there, a GT Falcon. That's a genuine Falcon?
Yep, that's a genuine matching numbers GT XB. And the lady owner, she's had it for about 20 years.
And did that actually come in? Did actually come in with? You say a lady owner. She's owned it for 20 years, but when she bought the vehicle in, was it basically a little bit run down where you had to rebuild it?
It had been off the road for 15 years, and been sitting in their shed for that long, and so yeah, it was a bit rugged.
So if it's been off the road for that amount of time, obviously you've got to go through the compliance process and all that sort of thing as well.
Usually we do, but this one they had diligently left the rego on hold,
and because it's essentially stock, we just had to do low volume cert for the brakes and the wheels, and yeah, so this one was pretty easy to get on the road.
So when you see a car like this come in and you've got to restore it, can you visualise it when it comes in, the end product?
Yeah, yep, pretty much. If the customer gives us a scope of what they want, and we can visualise it pretty good from there, and then add to it from there.
And if we just go back to this car here and just have a look at the paintwork on it, and in fact we'll wander across a little bit more if we come with us over here, Robin, or even this one here for example, the paintwork is absolutely unbelievable. Is that all been done in your workshop as well?
Yep. This car was actually painted just after Christmas, and we were literally painting parts on it up till today. It's just arrived here about 10 minutes ago, and the rest of my guys are coming over from the workshop now after being feverishly working to try and get it together. It's not finished yet, but it's good enough to get here and be shown.
And as far as these cars are concerned, I guess, are you involved in the mechanical side as well, like motor wires, gearboxes and all that sort of thing?
Yep, sure. Part of what I do is I source all the parts, usually from America, and piece it all piece the parts list together, and we have mechanics and engineers and electricians and everything in-house, so we pretty much do everything except stitch the interior.
So in other words, like let's have a look over here at the Chev, for example. You see the guy there cleaning and polishing the engine, and doesn't that look good? But is that a sort of thing where it comes in and you just do that whole setup there?
Yeah, yep, normally we would. That particular one had the motor already with it. That was built, the owner had Reese Fish build that, and so we've just done all the plumbing and electrical and all the auxiliary stuff on the side of it. Yeah, but essentially it basically came with the engine and trans sitting in the car, and we've just finished it off around it.
So the amazing thing here is you're not only just like as far as panel work is concerned and restoration and panel work, you're also mechanical.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, we've found through the years it's easier to have your staff on hand rather than trying to farm it out, because then we can do things in our time frame.
You certainly can. So in terms of work-wise, you're pretty busy with doing this sort of stuff?
Yeah, yep. We keep ourselves about a year in advance booked out.
And let's look at this car here, for example. From the time a car like this comes into the workshop to the time it actually goes out of the workshop with a very happy customer, I might add, what sort of time frame?
Generally, like this one, for example, came into, we did the chassis and running gear, chassis and suspension and wheels, and that was probably with us for 3 or 4 months, and then it went away for 6 or 12 months while the owner was doing some other stuff, and then he decided that he wanted us to finish it. So then it's been back with us now for about another year. So essentially 1 year to 5 years kind of thing.
Clearly, from looking at these cars here, and they're absolutely stunning, clearly you're very proud of your work, aren't you? I mean you're very proud of the finish, and you're very, I guess in a way, a perfectionist.
Yeah, well, we try to make each job better than the one before it, and so we enjoy doing what we do, and the only way to keep doing it is to do it well.
And I suppose you get massive satisfaction when the customer comes in and they see the finished product and they just go, wow.
Yeah, that's where it's at. This, customer satisfaction's right up there.
And with talking about customers as well, say on a build like this, do you have the customer going through the whole thing with you as well, like they call in, or they just leave you to it?
Generally, every customer's different, but generally they'll have some input. Some customers want to visit every week, some visit every 3 months, or when a big decision needs to be made.
And you're based in, where is it? Foundry Road?
Foundry Road, yeah.
Okay, and if people want to get hold of you, Real Rides Limited, is that Real Rides? Have you got a website?
Yep, realrideslimited.co.nz.
Well, there you go. I mean, this tent is amazing. So if you come down here at Kumeu, make sure you walk in the gate and you come and have a look at these cars, because these cars are absolutely beautiful and you'd really appreciate it. So we'll have a little bit of a break now and then we'll wander further down. But hey, thanks very much for your time. I'm really, really impressed with your work.
Thank you.
Do you hate all that glare from the bright sun and those harmful UV rays? Do you ever experience trouble driving against the sun? What if there were a pair of sunglasses that helped stop the sun's harsh rays, but also provided exceptional color, contrast, and clarity? Introducing HD Polaris sunglasses, the 100% polarized sunglasses that make everything you see come alive. HD Polaris's polarized lens technology acts like a filter, creating a barrier of protection for your eyes and only allowing in clear vision enhancing light. While regular sunglasses make everything appear darker, HD Polaris sunglasses improve and enhance your vision. Light reflects off almost anything and concentrates into bright glare. HD Polaris's special polarization filter deflects this harsh glare, giving you a clearer view of the road. These are perfect for drivers, hikers, bikers, walkers, runners, golfers, beachgoers, and anyone that ever goes outside. If you love to live your life outside, then you need to get a pair of HD Polarises. And HD Polaris provides a full wraparound design for maximum skin protection around your eyes. HD Polaris even has powerful magnets built right in that securely clip anywhere. Never lose your sunglasses again.
So if you would like to make everything you see come alive with our polarization filter, you can now protect your eyes and enhance your vision with your very own HD Polaris sunglasses in classic black or tortoiseshell for only $49.95. But wait, call right now and we'll give you not one, but 2 pairs absolutely free. That's buy one, get 2 free. Plus, you'll get our amazing 7-year guarantee. If you ever damage them, we'll replace them free. Just pay processing and handling. So don't miss this great offer. Buy one, get 2 free. So go online now to hdpolaris.co.nz. That's hdpolaris.co.nz for this buy one, get 2 free offer. This offer is not available in stores, so go online or call now.
Welcome back, and we'll keep the custom manufacturing or the custom restoration still in the theme because we've now found another one here, BNN Customs, based down in Jury, and Braden here is the owner of the business. And Braden, custom fabrication, is that what you specialise in?
Yeah, that's basically what we do, but we do a bit of everything, but fabrication is what we stick to, that's right.
So basically people bring cars in and you do a ground up build from the start?
Yeah, ground up right from complete blow apart nut and bolts right up to completely back together, interiors, paint jobs, anything.
So you do paint jobs, and we'll just have a look here at this particular car here, which ironically is for sale, the Chev Impala. Is this something you did?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we had a big part in getting this on the road for the guy. He's a good mate of mine, this one, so yeah.
So just tell us how this all started in terms of when he bought the car, and because at the moment it's a beautiful looking car.
Oh, I mean, it starts with a dream, and you see someone else in the car park who got a similar thing, and that's where you end up. But no one's ever happy with kind of what they originally purchased, right? So they've seen the guy next door and they want the new set of wheels and the new chrome and all that, and then it just snowballs into what you see.
So this car here, was this basically when it came in, was it one of these cars that was a little bit run down and you had to rebuild it?
Oh, originally, yes. We didn't go through the complete process, but we just tickled this one up, So originally it would have been. Everything comes into the country here as needing a lot of work, So then you've got to blow them apart at that point.
Yeah, I see that a lot of people bought stuff in from America, and when you say blowing apart, there is some horror stories, isn't there?
Oh, there's more than some. I think 99% of them are horror stories for the most part. But yeah, the Americans are well known for just bodging stuff up and shipping it down to New Zealand, I think.
So I guess certifiers and those sort of things you get involved in, and all that sort of stuff, they have to be involved in this as well.
Yeah, we keep them involved in a lot of our builds right from the get-go, especially the bigger job cars that are getting the full chassis and roll cages and all that stuff. It just makes ticking it all off at the end a lot easier.
Okay, we'll just take a wander in the tent here and we'll just have a look at the next one we'll have a look at here would be the Pontiac. And just tell us a little bit about this one here. It's, I guess, another one that's come into the workshop.
Yeah, well, it's back in the workshop for a second time. You can see a bit of damage there. So it's a drag car. It's a specific drag car. So we just pulled the rear end out of it, 9-inch in it, tubs, fitted some bigger wheels with it and done some work. fitted bits and pieces, painted some stuff up. He since took it away. He's done a little bit of racing in it. He's got a bit of damage and fix-ups that he's back to have tidied up now, but it was ironic that I just picked it up off him yesterday, so I left it on the trailer and thought we'd bring it here and people can have a look at it.
You can have a look at it. So, unlike the guys next door, is that you guys not only do cars like this, you also do race-type drag cars and all that sort of thing?
Oh, we do anything and everything, man. So, you name it, we'll build it, you know. From your mini that you just want a mirror bolted on to full ground up, you know, and everything in the middle. We do a lot of race car stuff. We do a lot of burnout car stuff because that's starting to take off now with one of the other ones you see over there. And I'm big in the burnout scene myself, so that's sort of where all of this has come from and based at.
And we'll just move on and have a look at the Commodore here. The Commodore right here. The one that Robin's on at the moment. So that's basically one that's just come into the workshop and a build from ground up.
Yeah, that's right. This is going to be a strip car. This is just a dummy sort of setup. It's mid-build. It's getting a big set of wheels and tubs and stuff on the back. Probably run around 1,200 horsepower or something. He's hoping to get it down into the 8s somewhere as a nice quick street car. So we've done the cage currently is 99% finished, and the fabrication, some of the header work and that up front, and so we're just chipping through it.
So not only do you do painting and the restoration part, like in this car and this other Commodore here that looks like it's a finished one, you build roll cages as well.
Yeah. We love doing roll cages, and that's. As a fabricator, that's sort of what I'd done a lot of, and what I was trained in was actually pipework in HVAC, to be honest. But I've always been into cars, and that's my passion after hours, and it just evolved into working on mates' cars, and then all of a sudden there's 20 cars I need to build sitting outside the shop, so we just went for there. But we love doing roll cages and exhaust work and you name it, fabrication, rust, we do it all.
So custom builds and roll cages. So you say you're in like in drag racing and burnouts and all that sort of thing, but do you do work for other motor racing type?
Yeah. So we circuit. We do circuit car stuff. It doesn't matter what. We're working on cars. So you bring your monster truck in, we'll do it. I mean, you bring your jet boat in. It's got a motor in it, to be honest. If you want some headers made for your jet boat, we'll make them. If it's steel and engine motorsport orientated, bring it in. We'll build it.
Well, I just see Robin, our cameraman there, and if he can just switch over back to the orange car there. So is that the promo car?
Yeah, so that's my own car, that one. Built that about 7 years ago. It's got that's not the normal motor that's in it. It's normally a blown alcohol motor, which hangs out the hood as high as the bonnet. That's just got a temporary spare motor that I had kicking around, sitting in there, a big block Chev. But yeah, just so we can cruise around and make a bit of noise and still be rowdy.
And what sort of power if you put the bigger motor in, what sort of power would you have?
Made 1325 on an engine dyno, the big one. Yeah, that one's probably 700 maybe that's in there. So. And
have you taken that down a dragway?
I haven't yet. It needs a roll cage because it's not a registered vehicle. It's just a promo event style car. Yeah. So I need a roll cage to go down the strip. I'd love to do it. That was always the plan when I initially built the car, is to roll cage it so we could use it in circuit racing, roll racing, drag racing, and just have fun everywhere with it.
Talking about big motors now, Robin's on this motor here, so just tell us a bit about this because this looks seriously impressive.
Yeah, well, this is just a bit of something we whacked bits together. So this is the blower and the carbon hat off my orange wagon, and this is a customer's engine. We've got his car in the shop, an old Model A, and these are the headers. So we just thought we'd pull his motor out because we've got to have it built anyway, and we'd bring it up here and showcase some of our header fabrication work, and just for some giggles we thought we'd sit the hat on top and draw the crowd in, you know. So
yeah, it certainly does. But just talking about the headers and stuff like that, so that's the type of work you do. Obviously they're not finished yet, but the custom, you do custom type headers like that?
Yeah, completely custom. So that was just a box of bits and pieces sitting in the box on Monday, I think, before we thought let's bang these together and get them up there as well. But yeah, that's what we do, headers.
Well, it's been great talking to you. So anyone wants to get hold of you, it's on your cap there, BNN Customs. So you're based in Jury?
Jury.
And you've got a website or anything like that?
Good question. Yeah, I think the website should be up and running. We're on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, so easy to find us. Punch us in on the interweb thing and we'll come up.
Great. Well, thanks for your time and really appreciate looking at all this sort of stuff.
Hey, no worries.
All right, cheers.
Awesome.
So we might wander over. I've just noticed a mount shop next door. So there's a big trailer there, and I think there might be a drag car there as well. So we might just wander over there and have a look. So just follow us through here, Robin. And Ian, I'll just pull Ian into here as well. So mount shop, Ian.
Mount shop.
They're quite well known, aren't they?
They are drag racing, right? Tony Marsh.
Yes, Tony Marsh, a mate of mine.
Anthony Marsh,
Yep.
son.
Yep.
Current top fuel record holder.
Yep.
What's this noise? Look at that.
Just look at this, Robin. Have a look at it. There we go. We've got our own little show here. So just have a look at that. Listen to it idle.
All right, mate, let's head to the mount shop.
Right, let's go over to the mount shop. So, talking about the mount shop, Ian, they're right behind Motorsport, aren't they? I mean, you see them everywhere now.
Well, you do. You see their adverts on the telly around motorsport programs. So, I mean, it's great to help out people or just highlight people that support motorsport. Who are you going to talk to? Who looks like somebody we should talk to?
Well, the driver.
Me?
The driver.
That'll do.
Yeah.
Go for it.
You're Steve, aren't you, the driver? And Steve, you're obviously we'll have a look at it in a minute. You drive the drag car, but we're just talking about the mount shop because we're actually mates with Tony Marsh and all those sort of people and all the people you run against probably. But I mean, the mount shop, they get right behind, particularly drag racing, right behind people like yourself.
Yep. Yeah, they cover a lot of motorsports and that because they do have such a wide variety of parts for them. So, all the suspension parts and everything. So they're really well known. And the Hemi who owns the business is a really, really good guy. He's been really, really good to us, especially when we've got a specialty car like we have. Like nobody else has got a jet-powered car. So we sort of run on our own. But he's still because we attract a good crowd, it's good advertising for him. So
yes, I've had a bit to do with Hemi over time, and like you say, he is a good guy, and he's built a very successful business.
Oh yeah.
And he's not only supporting drag. I see he's on Angus Fogg's circuit car as well, so he supports a whole range of motorsport.
Yeah, I think a bit of rallycross and roundy round stuff. So he's pretty well got his finger anywhere that he should have. He's got 7 branches now, ranging from Christchurch to Palmerston to Auckland to Henderson to all over the show. So yeah, he's pretty successful guy. But that's because he splashes the money around and advertises and everything. So
yes.
He seems to know what he's doing. So yeah.
Yep. Well, you're talking about your drag car.
Yep.
So we'll wander over and we'll have a look at it, and you can tell us a little bit about this because you said it's quite unique. So different. Yeah. So we'll stand back here and have a look at it here, Steve, and just tell us the main difference, which is fairly obvious, but tell us the main difference between this and, say, for example, a normal drag car.
Okay, so a normal drag car either has a naturally aspirated motor, a blown motor, runs on nitro, runs on alcohol. This thing is a jet engine. Okay, so it's out of a naval Tiger fighter, F5. So that's out of a plane. And the other ones are car engines, okay? So big difference. So this thing runs on Jet A1, which is purified kerosene, whereas if the other ones run on either petrol, methanol or nitro. So completely different.
Is this car as competitive as a normal aspiration cars, or is it even quicker?
In the States, if you have a top fuel car, they're about the quickest you can get. But a jet car, this thing here will run in the 5-second bracket, and we have 2 of these. We have a dragster as well, and that'll run in the 4-second bracket. So it's probably a lot quicker than some of the other cars, but on average, there's not a lot of jet cars around. So if you want to average it out, yeah, the nitro cars are quicker than these.
Yeah, so what would they go down the strip, like you're saying 5 seconds, but would they be pretty much within a tenth of each other or something like that?
Well, the dragsters are quicker because they're not carrying this heavy body, okay? So on average over the States, they're running 5.2 to say 490s at about 310 mile an hour. The top fuel cars are running 360s, 370s at 330 mile an hour, but then they put a restriction on the jets. The jets are only allowed to run 310 and they can't run much under 4.9s, so they put a restriction on them. A jet knows no speed. It'll just keep accelerating and accelerating and accelerating till it falls to bits, because obviously a jet in the sky is doing over 1,000 mile an hour with no problem at all.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't want to do that going down. Going down, you might end
After about 350, they start falling to bits.
Well, you don't want to keep going. You might end up where Anthony Marsh did.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I've been doing this a long time. I had the alcohol car, I've driven top fuel car, and now I've got the jet. So I've been doing it a long time.
As far as running a jet, is there quite a bit of difference in pre on the line, or even as opposed to the normal cars?
Trying to hold it on the line is the big challenge. Everybody says you don't need traction, but you've got thrust pushing the car forward all the time. So trying to bring the thing up to full RPM and trying to hold it without it pushing through the lights, that's the challenge.
I guess with drag racing, I don't know too much about it. I'm from other disciplines of motorsport, but I guess with drag racing, a lot of it is actually on the line, isn't it? On the start line.
Pretty well. I mean, these things are about, I don't know, maybe 1 second, maybe just under 1 second on the 60 foot. And the acceleration's pretty good to the 8th, but after the 8th, that's when they just start to really haul.
So when you zap down there for a 5-second run, it must go right through you. The acceleration must be insane.
Well, the thing is with one of these, you've got to drive with one hand. So you have one hand on the steering wheel and one hand on the control. Because if you don't have that hand on the control and you go over the finish and you don't pull back, you're not coming back.
And I guess as soon as you get over the line, you pull the chute, don't you?
Yeah. Well, the problem is with the jet, it's spooling up at 18,000 RPM. You go across the finish line, you pull the chutes, you turn the engine off and everything. It's still spooling at 18,000 RPM. Whereas of a top fuel, alcohol, petrol car, you let go of the throttle and all the negative G's drop the engine down. It pushes the car into the ground, which gives you more braking effect. So your brakes work better, your chute works better, and everything. Whereas of these, they just keep going. So yes, these are definitely a lot harder to stop.
So yeah, talking about that, I mean, like a normal car with its deceleration, and this doesn't have it. So how do you get it to stop?
Well, 2 parachutes, and you can't touch the brakes obviously till you're going quite slow, maybe 150 type thing. When you're down to that, you can start on the brakes. But I've been off the end a couple of times, and that's just shutting it off at 1,000 feet. So I'm not saying these are quicker than a lot of those top guys, but they're just a lot harder to stop. They just don't have anything negative to stop them, you see. It just keeps spooling and keeps going. And it takes a long time for the engine to spool down and stop drafting air to stop the thrust effect, you see, because it's really just a roller skate with a jet engine in it. So
as far as the sound of this is concerned, it'll obviously sound a lot different to the normal aspirated car.
It's just like being at the airport. But when you hit the afterburner, it's loud, really loud. So you've got your engine, and you bring that right up to 107% or whatever you've tuned it to. And when you hit the button, the bleed doors on the side of the engine all shut, right? Which means all the thrust is out the back, and then it turns the afterburner on. The afterburner is 96 nozzles injecting fuel in. Wow. So it uses 120 litres in a few seconds, it's gone.
Wow, that's insane. And between races, I mean, do you have to do any changes like in the other type of cars? I see them have the motors apart and they're putting new pistons in or whatever. Do you have to do anything?
If you had to take a jet engine apart, you'd be there for quite a few days. These things are very, very complicated, and they've got a heap of nuts and bolts holding them together. So if you hurt something, you're normally not coming back out again. But you can make tuning changes.
So the reliability factor of these has got to be right up there as well.
That's pretty good. I mean, how many planes do you see fall out of the sky? But the plane doesn't have an afterburner, that's the thing. And it's the afterburner that does the damage. So
yeah, that's dead right. Well, it's an impressive looking machine. I mean, inside the car would be exactly the same as the as a normal cars.
Yeah, big 6-point roll cage, and you've got your straps. I wear a 9-layer suit, helmet, oxygen, gloves, fire boots, the whole shebang, and it's got a fire system in it because your head is sitting right next to a 6,500 horsepower, 6,500 pound thrust engine. It's right there, right beside you.
Wow, that's insane. Yeah. But anyway, it's been great talking to you. So, I mean, you learn something every day. I mean, I never realised that this was a jet engine one.
Yeah.
But
so we have 2 of them.
You got 2 of them, yeah.
The dragster as well.
Of course, yeah, the dragster as well.
But you can see it's all been re-stickered. It's all fresh this year because Hemi has now purchased all these different products, all the shocks and everything. So it's gone out on a limb for me, so I really appreciate it.
Well, great. Thanks for your time.
No problem. Thank you.
And anyway, what we'll do now, Robin, is we're have a look at some of those sheds over there. There's shed 3, shed 2 and shed 1. We'll go down there and have a look at those, but we'll have a little bit of a break first and then we'll come back and see what's in the sheds.
G'day everyone, welcome to the very first episode of Aussie Garage TV. I'm Dan.
I'm Phil.
Here at Aussie Garage, we're obsessed with cars. Hot rods, muscle cars, we don't really discriminate. As long as it's in your Aussie Garage, we love it. And that's what we want to bring to you guys.
We also follow projects and we do a lot of the car things.
But that's enough about us. Let's get into the cars.
Fish, fish, and more fish. Can you see you and your family catching big fish like this? Then see yourself with a new Fish Seeker. Spending time with family and friends, catching plenty of big fish all year round from the safety of the shore. Fish Seeker is a lightweight, portable, self-propelled watercraft that can carry as many as 5 hooks up to 1,000 meters offshore, right to where the big fish are. The secret to catching plenty of big fish is in Fish Seeker's sleek wave-piercing technology and twin-jet thrusters that cut through surf, wind and breakers to get your bait right to where the big fish are. And with its built-in compass, it never loses sight of the course you set. To start catching fish, simply attach the Fish Seeker to your rod, reel or hand line and send it out past the breakers. The Fish Seeker automatically releases your baited hooks. Then simply wait 20 minutes or so before you haul in the line. Fishing's never been so easy. Trying to cast your line past the breakers can sometimes be next to impossible, and boats can be expensive and dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. But for a fraction of the cost, the Fish Seeker keeps you on the safety of the shore and gets you past the breakers to catch the big fish, like this 110 centimeter kingfish that was caught using the Fish Seeker. Just one morning's catch with the Fish Seeker can add up to hundreds of dollars in prime fillets from the store. The Fish Seeker could pay for itself in almost no time at all. The Fish Seeker even comes with a free app for complete one-touch fingertip control.
You could pay up to $5,000 for an electric Kentucky, but you won't pay anything like that. You get the Fish Seeker fully assembled and ready to launch. Plus you also get the trace rack, hooks and sinker pre-rigged. Plus the heavy-duty battery was over $1,000, now only $399. Now you can stop fishing and start catching with the revolutionary Fish Seeker. Call now on 0800 700 700. That's 0800 700 700. Call now.
The classic car in all its glory. No one knows the restoration of the classic car better than Fletch, our man from Australia, with his weekly program, Classic Restos. G'day, I'm Fletch. Classic Restos, Friday nights at 8 p.m.
Welcome back to the Classic Car and Hot Rod Show here at Kumeu. And wandering around the place we see all sorts of things, and over here we see some brand new cars. And it looks like this is this crowd here is a big sponsor of the show. So let's go and have a chat with them, shall we? Okay, I've got over here, I'll take a chair, is that all right?
Yeah,
I've got a couple of guys over here. I've got Cody.
Yes, that's me.
And also we've got Reese here. So Reese, just tell us a little bit about, a lot of people haven't heard of the name Taurus, so just how did it happen and how long's it been here?
So the Taurus has been introduced last year, beginning of 2024. It's the continuation of SsangYong's Corando. However, since SsangYong has now become KGM, they've gone a bit of a different way and decided that a different name and a different shape of the car would be a better suit. Though it does have the same engine, they've certainly changed in terms of the technology in and out of the car, and just at a direction that they're wanting to take KGM in the future.
So KGM has basically got a few branches around. I mean, like you said, basically a takeover from SsangYong, and there's quite a few branches. I know there's one at Henderson. I was there the other day. So a few branches around the place?
Yeah, so we're from KGM and LGV out west in Henderson, where you've been. But we also branches out Takanini. We have a massive factory out in Taupo, and we also have some up in Albany, and I believe we also have one up in Warkworth.
Okay, let's have a look at the range here. So if you just walk with us here, Reese, and look at this black beauty here. And so just tell us a little bit about the range, and I'll just jump on the other side here. But just a little bit on the range here. obviously tell us a bit about this one.
So this is the brand new 2025 T60 Lux. This just came out this year and is sort of the Mac Daddy version of the base model T60. She comes with a 2-litre bi-turbo diesel, and she's 4-wheel drive but can switch to 2. And is sort of the continuation of the T60 and what the T60 will be looking like in the future.
And this is basically brought out to compete against the other well-known market vehicles similar to this on the road.
Yes, so this is sort of the competitor and the cooperator of the Musso that you see behind us in the green, and it's sort of here to sort of take on vehicles such as the Hilux and the Ford Ranger.
What sort of price range are you looking for something like this?
Brand new, you're sort of looking at around 55, 60 grand, brand new for this model here. Though if you go down to the regular T60s, you're looking at 45 to 40, brand new, and so that's for the 2024 and 2025 models.
So competitive price. We'll just wander over, and it looks like the LDV looks like a purpose-built van here, and we'll just let Robin come through here with the camera, but just tell us a little bit about the van.
So this is the Deliver 7. This is actually brand new. We only have 2 of these. One we brought out for today, and the other one's just back at the shop. Now, these vans have just come out this year, and they are sort of, their main competitor is Hyundai, and they are the next version from the G10, which was last year's top model van for our LDV. They come with a 2-litre turbo. And they're one of our most reliable vehicles. In fact, LDV thinks they're so reliable they put a 7-year warranty, which is almost as reliable as the bloody Surtees, which is pretty damn good, isn't it? But we seriously hope that these are going to just be more and more popular and be the #1 tradie vehicle in the future.
Yeah, that's a tradie vehicle. So does the next one over at 49,990. Just tell us a little bit about this, a ute. So
yes.
Tell us a little bit about this one.
So this is the Grand Musso. This is my favourite vehicle that we currently have.
I'll just go on the other side here so Robin can have a good look.
So KGM, we're all about innovative. We're all about being innovative. We're all about rebranding. We're all about changing all the time. And so we've changed most of our vehicles that you see are continuations or changes to vehicles. This one's no exception. This is where the Rhino, replacing the Rhino, sorry. So we're going from Rhino to Musso, which just means that you get a longer cab, a more spacious interior. You also get the same chassis and a very similar interior to the Rexton, which is our top SUV that we have here. And so she has the same chassis as a Rexton, which also includes 4-wheel drive plus 3.5-ton towing. Though instead of the 7 seats, you get a nice spacious cab in the back there.
Yeah, it certainly looks good. And talking about the Rexton, we'll wander over here, and this is your SVU. Just over the back there, Robin, the white one over the back there. And just tell us a bit about this one.
So just like the Musso, this Rexton has the same chassis and also has the 3.5-ton towing, though this is definitely more of the family car, as you got 7 seats in the back, plus you got heaps of space to stretch your legs, place as many cups as you want. There's more cup holders in here than a bloody bus. She's just brilliant, man. They come in 2 models. You got the base model and then you got the luxury model. The base model's coming in at around 50, 55, and the top model's coming in around 70 to 80k.
So they're very competitively priced on the market.
Yes, we're sort of trying to be as luxurious but a little bit cheaper than the likes of Jaguar and Range Rover.
So with the finish of these, the finished quality, is it very good on these vehicles?
Well, this model here, being the base model, comes with very quality leather that is nice. It's firm, but it's also got a bit of room for you to just sit in. The top models actually have a hand-stitched dash, which you'll see comes in a cross formation. Unfortunately, we didn't have one on here today, as our last one that we had at the showroom was sold. But yeah, they're very competitive in terms of the likes of other luxury SUVs out there in the market.
Electric vehicle, you've got one here.
So this here is our Taurus EVX. So this is the top model of the Taurus. She's priced at around $67,990 brand new. And she is sort of where we're trying to stem our Taurus and where we're trying to take our Taurus in the future. She is our top electric car, and she's also one of our highest selling cars as of 2024. So coming in here, The thing that separates this from other cars is that although it's a 5-seater, you get 4 heated seats and the front 2 are cooled, plus you get a heated wheel, plus you get luxury options such as lumbar support in the seats, as well as rear seat sleeping modes, 360 cameras, and sensors all around the car that will let you know if you're going to be backing into anything.
And is this full electric?
This is full electric, yes. Completely electric, she's plug-in electric car. Takes about, to get to 30 to 80% on a home charger, takes about 3 hours. So she's very competitive in terms of the likes of Tesla and other electric cars such as Toyotas and Nissans.
One more to go. Robin, over here is the one here that's priced at just under $35,000. So we might actually open the door. So, it's actually locked. But we get Cody to unlock it there for us. But tell us about this one here, 34,990. So looks like it's reasonably priced.
Yes. So this is. I'll just move this out the way for you, mate. So this is the base model Taurus. So they come in 2 modes, the 2-wheel drive and the 4-wheel drive. The 2-wheel drive being $34,990, the 4-wheel drive being $39,990. Now these cars are also, again, just like the EVX, extremely popular. In fact, I've already seen, just this year alone, I've seen about 10 of them go out and about 20 more come in. They just keep going off the mark. They're just going off like cheese. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah. Would this one here be? Is it a 7-seater or a 5?
So all the Tauruses are 5-seaters, but the reason for that is because KGM here is all about practicability, and so although you get a 5-seater, you get no short and spacious storage. You get a massive boot with a bit of privacy with a parcel shelf there, plus you get 2 divots down the side which allow for if you need to store bottles or anything fragile, plus safety straps. On all sides of the doors you get cup holders, plus in the middle you get a fold down cup holder. All the seats, and this model, unfortunately the seats aren't heated. That's only an electric model, this being the top and this sort of being the base. But this comes with a 1.5 turbo, as do the Corandos as well. That's sort of one of KGM's best engines we have, is our 1.5 turbo. We have it in a lot of our models. In fact, anything that isn't a truck has a 1.5 turbo. But I don't think they're not underpowered. They're certainly, I think they come in about stock 150 HP, 150, 160.
So basically, this is a car of the future. So, like you say, you're getting plenty of sales and busy at the moment.
Yeah, as of right now this year, it's been shocker, man. Like, we've had about 20 new EVXs come in, and already 6 of them are heading out the door. Usually when we come in, I can guarantee at least 2 EVXs will be bought a week, and with a Taurus at least 1 will get bought. So definitely the Taurus are the most popular, followed by say the T60s, and we hopefully in the future can sell more of those T60 Luxes as more and more come in from overseas.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's great been having a chat with you, Reese. So remember that name, Taurus. So if you come down here, come down and look at the stand, you'll be impressed with these cars. It's nice brand new smell here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to a break very shortly, and just over there, Robin, is shed number 1. Now we're going to go inside there. That's where mothers are, and I can guarantee when we come back, you've got to see the cars inside there. There's a Mazda RX-3 in there, absolutely mint. So we'll be back shortly to have a look there.
Decide what story you want to tell. Make the moment worth living.
We make ourselves who we are. We decide.
Sometimes what one needs to say is too important to let fear get in the way.
I have made many mistakes, but I know now that I have used my moment well.
Right, I've stolen the mic and robbing the cameraman from Roger. Pretty hard job to get him away from it, but anyway. You know how you always wanted to win Lotto? Who hasn't wanted to win Lotto? And then when you win lotto, you think, what would I buy? What classic car would I buy? Would I buy a brand new Jag or whatever? No, I know what I'd buy, and I've found it. Right here, I'd buy this. It's a 67 Mercury Cougar. Hey, everybody wants a Mustang, you know, or a Camaro. This is one of the most unusual. It's a Mercury, so basically it's a Ford, so underneath it's pretty much a Mustang. But look at it. This is a Cougar. Not the sort of Cougar that some people talk about. This is a Mercury Cougar, 1967. You can get an option where it had a 390 in it, but just look at it. This is what I would buy if I won lotto. So everybody out there, if you win lotto, why don't you buy it for me? We'll be back in the sheds with mothers next.
Welcome back, and we're in shed 1 here, which is amazing. I must say amazing, and the machinery in here is incredible. And with me is John from Mothers, the big boss of Mothers here. And John, just had a look at some of these beautifully presented vehicles here. And I'm sure the high performance car care is all over these, because these things are looking absolutely amazing.
Yeah, you bet. They all get taken care of Mothers products when the guys come in and set up. Last night was the big setup night, and we're all here till about 10, 11 o'clock at night, having this all prepared. And yes, they've all been prepared with Mothers, of course. We supply everything for the guys in the show. We give a lot of products away to them as well for the, for the benefit of what they've done as well. It's a big effort to put this many cars. There's 30 cars in total between this shed and also next door on the Mothers Hall. We've got the 3 finalists of the Shine Award from last year in there, and yeah, all prepared with Mothers.
Well, John, I'll just, because there's, and right behind us, I presume Robin can pan in behind us, but just give us a bit of a scenario. We can't go much further, unfortunately, in this shed because of the antennas and stuff, but just give us a little bit of a rundown on some of the vehicles here, John. I'll hand you the microphone as we walk forward.
Sure. Okay, so well, if you're looking right to the left now, you've got a group of cars here from Cruise and Customs. They're a hot rod fabrication shop who produce definitely some of New Zealand's highest quality standard cars. This one here, you see the 71 Chevy S10 pickup there. That's actually a SEMA award winner. It actually went to SEMA 2 years ago and won a bunch of awards, and pretty amazing vehicles that they build. And Kendall and the guys, it's a father and son outfit, and this year we're actually featuring, that it's a family affair with hot rods and drag cars and things. So the boys were kind enough to actually supply 3 vehicles, and of course they're from down the line, so a lot of effort put in just to get here, let alone produce us and show these kind of quality of vehicles. Over this side here, opposite end of the spectrum, you got my good friend Colin Prowse, who actually built this in about 18 months in his shed all on his own. He's only just finished that a couple of days ago, so that's the first time it's been shown here or anywhere for that matter. Beautiful Chev Apache. It's just an absolutely stunning truck, and we have a lot of eclectic sort of collection of cars here. A beautiful coupe here that is just stock standard but absolutely amazing. So a lot of people that come to the show, they get to see a bit of everything from the high-end show cars that can be seen at SEMA at the very top end of the scale. These are $1 million bills, these types of vehicles, right down to something that maybe your granddad in the 1930s would have been driving around, but dead stock.
Well, John, we've just got one here with a cover over it, and tell us a little bit about this, and maybe we can have a little sneaky peek at it.
Well, this is an interesting project here. As you can see from the back wall, this is a father and daughter effort here. Daughter's car on the front, which is the little Model A coupe, and underneath here is Dad's truck. Now, we're going to do an unveiling tomorrow at 10 a.m, and I can give you a bit of a sneak peek here. And you can, if you stick the camera in there somewhere, you can see the kind of detail that this vehicle's got in it. This also is another super high-end build, and we're very proud to have that here. Never been seen before. It was only just finished a couple of days ago. Still doesn't have an interior in it, but everything else is finished to, much like what you've seen with the Cruise and Customs, and they had a hand in this also. So there's daughter's car over there, as you can see featured in the cover of Petrol Head V8 chick. So this is what we like to see. We like to see parents handing on to sons and daughters and keeping it alive. That's the theme of this week.
Okay, John, and we've got a couple more. We've got you're saying there's about 30 cars in here.
Yep.
Here it looks like, what do we got here? These 2 rows here.
Okay, so here we've kind of got a collection, again, eclectic of drag cars. We've got Phil Grimmer's absolutely stunning. It's more than a drag car, it's a full-on show car. We've actually taken the front clip off so you can see the engineering that's involved in there. These are thousands of horsepower, not hundreds. So these vehicles are capable of like 200 plus miles an hour. And then you've got, this is a brand new build, and then you've got opposite here, you've got Aaron Carson's Survivor 55 Chevy Gasser. This car's only just been finished, but it's a Survivor from the late 60s, and raced in California for many, many years. It was brought over here as a car without a motor and gearbox, and a number of famous people in New Zealand, of course, helped to put it back together. This is run with the Scroungers Car Club, and it's only just gotten on the track. Massive wheel stands, big burnouts, lots of horsepower, and but as you can see, it's a Survivor. It's not a show car, but a very special car indeed.
Yes, it certainly is. And if we move on to this row here and we have a look at this car here, it's a beautiful build here, isn't it? We just come to this one here, Robin, this car here.
Yeah, so this is a club display by Southside Streeters, some very close friends of ours, and as you can see, absolutely stunning cars. The finish on this Mustang, impeccable. They are putting on another Hot Rod Show in Howick, which is a really great event which we attend, and it's fundraising for the multiple sclerosis society. So they give out very businesses and that are associated with hot rodding and drag racing, and we bring them all together, and these are the sorts of vehicles they bring out.
And John, have you got a background yourself in drag racing and hot rodding?
A wee bit. I've been doing it for a long time. I was brought up with a family that was into it, me and my brothers, and my dad was an engineer, and so all that sort of thing, and we've been building cars ever since we were old enough to walk around and pick up some tools in Dad's workshop, and ultimately Dad's old shop became the Hot Rod Shop, and yes, drag racing, hot rodding, we're into period correct stuff. That's our sort of thing. So the super modified stuff, the late model stuff, other people do that. We do period correct stuff, so older cars, older look from that period. But I've been involved in it all my life, and for too many years that I'm going to tell you here.
Yeah, you certainly sound like you've got a passion. So what we do now, John, is this is basically the display area, but next door is basically the retail area, isn't it? Yeah. And I had a little peep in there, and I saw a beautiful, I used to rally these, an RX3 coupe, right? We should go. So shall we go and have a look? And we'll wander over next door and have a look at the stuff. There's a couple others there as well, but there's a beautiful Mazda RX3 coupe, and there's something else. What's the blue car over there as well?
That's 34 coupe.
Yeah, let's go and have a look. We'll go through the door. Plenty of stuff to see here tomorrow, so just remember to come down and have a look at the shed. But we're going here to the main mother's shed, and we'll just check.
This one is very, very special. Probably New Zealand's I would say, without a doubt, one of the best custom painters in New Zealand now, Charlie Allen, and this is one of his paint jobs. And as you can see, it was a recipient of the Shine Award finalists last year. Shine Award is Mother's Award for perfection in every detail. So when you look at these three cars here, which were the finalists last year, yeah, okay, so these are the three finalists from last year, and as you can see by the detail, this is what we're looking for. They are judged on a Saturday, and there will be three cars chosen tomorrow, which will ultimately be sitting here in this hall representing mothers. So the blue car that you see down there, the 34 coupe of Keith Hunter, he was the winner of the Shine Award last year, so he'll be passing that off to whoever it is out there that's going to be one of the three finalists and ultimately the winner this year.
So, John, would the winner for this year, the winner would be here on display somewhere?
They'll be somewhere in the grounds or next door. I'll leave that up to the judges. We try to stay clear of that. We don't want any sort of to be seen to be favouring one car or the other. A lot of these people are friends of mine personally as well, so I stay right out of it. So we have 3 independent judges who, again, will be looking for perfection in every detail, and that's really the Mother's ethos. We produce the products to be able to manage that, and that's what we want to see in the cars. Tyres, vinyl, leather, rubber, whatever you can find, whatever surface, it has to be absolutely perfect. So the judges will be looking for that all day tomorrow, and then at 3 o'clock we'll be presenting the Shine Award to the winners of that category.
And you can see here, obviously, with Porsche, then you go to the RX3 and then down there. So there's quite a variety of 3 different vehicles here.
Yeah, well, that was one of the really great things that happened last year. The judging, again, is independent, and when they came to me and they said, well, we've got a German classic for Porsche, again, perfection in every detail. It's outstanding, that car. To look at it, you'd think, oh, it's quite simple. You look a little closer and you'll see there's not one flaw in the rebuild of that car. So a beautiful car. When they said, oh, we've got a German car, a Japanese car and an American car, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So this is what they came up with, and between the judges, they got together and they decided there was one car that just had a slight edge on everyone else, and that, of course, was the Blue 34 of Keith Hunter, the ultimate winner.
Okay, so we're in the Mother's, basically the Mother's workshop, but just before we go, we'll talk a little bit about Mothers, and we'll stand up here just in front of this here. You just tell, because just these cars are beautifully cleaned and shiny and everything. It's probably the end result is because of Mothers, and you've got a big range, haven't you?
Yeah, we have, well over 150 products, plus we have equipment as well. We have polishing machines, we've got foam guns. We are really a technical and product leader in this field, and the R&D that goes behind the scenes, both here in New Zealand and, of course, with the Holloway family, who started the company 53 years ago. They're still continuing today, and it's always looking for the best possible products to protect, preserve and enhance all of your surfaces. So we live and breathe it. We're all hot rodders, they're all hot rodders, we speak the same language, and whether it's a hot rod, a classic car or a muscle car or a family car, they're all investments and they're all worth something when you're trading it in or selling it. If you look after it and use those products to protect them, no matter what the product is, protect all those surfaces, and it's worth a lot. It becomes an investment ultimately. If you don't look after them, all of these cars, even the show cars as they are, they will all deteriorate if you don't look after them. So that's what we do, and that's what we specialise in.
Okay, John, well, thanks very much. And of course, you're a big part of the show here, a big sponsor, has been for a little while. So it's just been great being here. If you come in here in the next couple of days, just make sure Shed 1 and 2, is it? 1 and 2. Shed 1 and 2, just make sure you come down here. And I'll tell you what, the cars here are just unbelievable, beautifully presented. So, John, thanks a lot, and you're doing a great job here. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. And remember, there's no shine like Mothers.
Yeah, no shine like Mothers. So we'll be back shortly. We'll have to talk to producer Ian, and we'll just see where we're going. I'm not 100% sure yet. So we'll be back very shortly after this, and we'll find something else to look at.
It's time to save big. Sign up to Sky Broadband and save up to $15 per month for 12 months. With plans starting from only $50, it's made for entertainment. Sky Broadband. Call now to join and save.
G'day everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Aussie Garage TV. I'm Dan. I'm Phil. Here at Aussie Garage, we're obsessed with cars. Hot rods, muscle cars, we don't really discriminate. As long as it's in your Aussie Garage, we love it. And that's what we want to bring to you guys.
We also follow projects and we do a lot of the car scenes.
But that's enough about us. Let's get into the cars.
The Oval Queen Ball is basically an opportunity for some of the women to represent Lightning Ridge for the next year.
We're supporting you too, mate. There we go.
I love it.
It's hot days and cold nights here at the moment, so everyone's getting a bit crook.
Get out of my way! That's not going to work. Just putting my skills to the test.
We can't spend 18 grand on something and blow it up straight away.
Oh.
Outback Opal Hunters, Thursdays 7:30 on Discovery.
Welcome back to the Kumeu show here, the Classic Car and Hot Rod Festival. Sorry, these people put me off when I went past. But anyway, we're behind. It's not all about cars here, actually. Over here we've got the New Zealand Championship, the New Zealand Barbecue Championship. So it's also about food. So we're going to have a chat to Wayne here. Unbelievably, he's got a tank that he cooks his barbecue on. So let's find out. I think he's a world champion, actually. Let's find out what it's all about, the New Zealand Barbecue Competition. And we've got over here Wayne. Wayne, just tell us a little bit about, the New Zealand Barbecue Competition.
Well, the New Zealand Barbecue Competition's been going 8 years now. It started back in 2017. And a big group of people got together, a promoter from Australia came over, said let's get it going in New Zealand, and it was called Meat Stock. That's where it all started. The very first NZBA competitions actually started right here in Kumeu, so it's pretty special to be back here. There's 33 teams here. They're all competing for the ultimate prize in barbecue. There's 5 categories. 4 of them are going towards your points for the year. The only one that isn't is lamb, because it's not recognised in America.
So you said there's 33 teams, which we're going to have a look at very shortly, down the aisle here of people in this competition.
Yeah, there's 33 teams. There's new teams coming in all the time. Myself and a few others, where they're kind of old dogs of the game. We've been around since day dot. There's 3 of us left. And all the new teams are coming through, and we're all helping each other learn to cook barbecue and have fun.
You were saying something about overseas, so is this overseas as well?
Oh, very big in America. This is where the whole low and slow started, right back in the 1940s, 1950s. It was really big in barbecue over there. Slowly progressed to Australia, and now it's here in New Zealand. And everyone's been cooking on things like drums right up to something like this here. We've got a tank here.
Well, we'll come back to the tank in a minute, but do they have like a world championship as well for this?
They certainly do. They have the big one in America. It's called the American Royal, which we're lucky enough to have been to that 3 times. They also have Memphis in May. They have the Jack Daniels Invitational, and they have another very big one called Memphis in May, which is invitational as well.
So world champion, have you succeeded at that?
No, haven't been quite that lucky, but been lucky enough to be national champion.
Right, so let's have a look at this tank. I mean, this is insane. So run us past the idea of this and how you do your cooking on it.
This is something I decided I needed a big barbecue. I wanted to do something different and cool with lots of real estate. So basically how it works, to give you a bit of a look. In the back there is the charcoal. So tomorrow morning, 2 a.m, we'll get that going. This here is 1.5 tonne of steel. This will take about roughly 2 hours to cook, to get up to temperature, I should say. And then if you follow me around through here, so the heat comes through the firebox here.
Actually, what I'll do, I'll give you the microphone as you run through.
It comes, the heat comes through the firebox, and then you've got your 5 different cuts of meat, all put on at different times. The heat comes past here with the smoke, through there, past the food, and then obviously being a tank, and then you'll see tomorrow it comes out the barrel out the end there.
And if we just have a look here around, just here we've got the meat. So you say there's 5 different categories?
Yeah, there's 5 different categories. What you see here is brisket. This was a big, like one piece of meat. That is called the flat. That's called the point. They were basically like that when the animal was walking around. We separate them. We're going to make that into slices, and this is going to be made into burnt ends, what they call burnt ends.
You held out a chart before, which I don't know if you've got there at the moment, but it says all about what heat you can cook or whatever it is.
Well, it's not the heat. This is a bit of a run sheet. Obviously, you're under a bit of pressure, so we've got times. So tomorrow we've got chicken hand-in, it's going to be 10, ribs at 11, pork at 12, and pork shoulder at 12. So those 2 porks are both at 12. Lamb, and then brisket.
As far as the food is concerned, after you finish cooking, does anyone try it?
The general public's not allowed to try it. The judges get to try it, and then you keep your fingers crossed and hope for the best.
And there's quite a few judges here judging each one.
Yes, I think tomorrow there will be about 7 or 8 tables, I think. Tables of 6.
And like you say, it gets away pretty early in the morning, so you're saying that you've got to fire this thing up early in the morning.
Yeah, I've got to fire this thing up. Basically, it takes 2 hours to heat up, and our longest cook tomorrow is going to be around the 8.5 to 9 hours for a pork shoulder.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Wayne, and best of luck for tomorrow.
Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
All right, well, we'll wander down the aisle here and have a look at, because this is quite incredible, really. And I'll get old producer Ian or director Ian, actually. He's been promoted to director. He's starting to smile. We'll take the headset off. So hey Ian, we're wandered down here, and I don't know if you heard the conversation with Wayne, but I've never heard of this before, a New Zealand barbecue or a barbecue competition.
I sort of have a little bit. I think there was a show on TV1 or something called something about barbecuing. But hey, look, haven't you ever eaten this stuff, Rog?
Yeah, I have actually. But I mean, again,
I mean, it's you can't really go past barbecue. I mean, look, look at it. And what amazes me is the passion that the people have for it, you know what I mean? They just absolutely love it. I mean, it takes hours. Let's not muck around. It's not like, well, throw the steak on the grill. It takes hours to do this stuff. You've got to really love it.
Yeah, well, he was just saying before he's got to warm that tank up. It takes him about 2 or 3 hours just to warm it up. But 33 teams here, Ian, and we've seen more and more. And Brock Brothers here, barbecue.
Yeah, they're all getting ready. See, they were having a good time. They're all getting ready for their big starring moment, heating everything up, getting ready, right? Gloves are going on, see?
Well, they're getting serious. So here we've got like a pink one over here, joint smokers.
Yeah, well, okay, joint smokers. Let's not go there. But hey, flashing pink pig. You got to love that. I mean, hey. They also look like they're enjoying themselves. I mean, who wouldn't enjoy themselves cooking food? What about these guys over here? Look at these guys.
Yeah, well, we might have a chat with them and just...
look at them. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
They haven't got anything flash.
No.
But so what? That's a pretty big hypodermic syringe he's got there.
We'll just have a chat. We're live on TV at the moment, so we're just... Yeah, we'll just have a bit of a chat. What are you actually doing there at the moment?
We're about to start injecting our meat, our piece of pork, with a bit of brine. Keep it juicy, keep it fresh.
So the big competition tomorrow?
Big competition tomorrow. Yeah, we're sort of just winging it from here, but you know, it's our first attempt at it. So.
What made you get into this barbecue competition?
Just a lot of hanging around in the backyard and drinking a few beers and having a go at it, and we just thought, why not? Seems like a lot of like-minded people around, so.
Well, what amazes me walking down here is the passion.
Oh, there's a lot of passion. Obviously, you spend a lot of time doing it. You spend a lot of time in your backyard, and then you come around with a whole lot of like-minded people, and it's obviously easy to make friends.
Is it? It is a competition, but is everyone on this aisle get on quite well?
Oh, of course, we get on, but you know, every now and then we go over and kick someone else's barbecue over just for a bit of fun. But
why not? Because you've got to win it, don't you?
Exactly, we've got to win it. Why else?
I mean, they've got all the big show down there with the big tank and everything like that, and there's you guys here, so
exactly.
So you need something to get going.
There's a lot of cars down there, but there's we are the hot rods of the barbecue industry, so here we are.
Oh well, good luck. Looks like they're having a lot of fun down here, so we'll keep wandering down here. So Ian, you can.
Mate, the size of that needle, you wouldn't want that anywhere near you, would you?
No, you wouldn't at all. No. In fact, we better get Robin out of there because he might he might get needled.
Yeah, he might. I thought you didn't like needles, Robin. Okay.
Right, just go down the aisle here. We've got a few more and all sorts down here.
We have. Well, look at that old one.
Yeah. I mean,
like a bit of rust.
Old and brand new and tanks and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's made to look old. I bet you it's not old.
No.
Interview this guy. He's like New Zealand's best cook right here.
Well, yeah, I guess it comes down to who's New Zealand's best cooker, doesn't it?
We get bacon bros all day.
Look, this is the point. People tomorrow are going to find out who's New Zealand's best barbecuer. You know what the worst thing is, Rog? The worst thing is, if you come here tomorrow You're going to smell all this beautiful food. It's going to drive you nuts, but you can't eat it.
Well, apparently you can if you're a judge. Is that correct? You can. So do they get special treatment? Do they?
They get they get special treatment. I think it's $20 to be a judge, and I think there's 30 or 40 judges, and they pick out the best meat in New Zealand, and
Well, they definitely won't be starving tomorrow, will they?
No. By the end of it, I think they're pretty much done.
Well, you see the passion down here. What amazes me is the passion, and people just absolutely passionate, having fun.
Oh, we love it down here, mate. We come here every year and try and support. Well, we're a butcher shop, but we support all the guys, and they're unbelievable cooks, eh?
And also, it looks like everybody here tends to get on as well.
Everyone's mates down here, eh? We all love it, eh?
Oh, well, best of luck for tomorrow. Early start?
Yeah, we'll be up at 3 or 4 cooking up, eh? So, yeah, should be good.
Best of luck.
Cheers,
right, Ian, we've got a couple more down here.
A couple more, then we better wind it up.
Yeah.
To go and look at some of the club cars out there, Rog.
Yes, okay, so we'll just have a look down here, and a couple more down here, but some easy ups with some more. These ones are a little bit flashier. These ones, it looks a little bit more serious. Yeah, serious.
Look at that, serious.
Pocono bacon, well known.
Pocono bacon.
Pocono.
Now you're talking.
Good sponsor.
Yeah, Pocono, very well known place. So looking forward to tomorrow's big competition.
Oh, very much. It's actually our first comp, so we're one of the new teams.
How did you get into it?
I've been smoking meat for a fair while, but Barbecue Base, which do one of the local podcasts, Barbecue Podcasts, he put an entry up for a competition, entered that, and yeah, we won it. Okay.
I was like, all right, let's do it.
So on the TAB tomorrow, so you're one of the favourites?
No.
Okay,
we've got
Put money on us.
Yeah. So we're the dark horse.
Dark horse, yeah. 33 crews here. It's quite amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually huge. It's a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Oh well. Early morning tomorrow?
No, late night tonight.
Yeah.
And it goes on about 9. Our big cuts go on about 9 o'clock tonight. They'll come off. Hopefully they'll be finished around about 10:30 tomorrow morning.
All right. Well, good luck for tomorrow.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Right, okay, Ian, we've just about seen it all here now.
We've done it all, so let's wrap it up, take a break, and then go and look at some club cars. All yours.
So we've been down Barbecue Alley, so we have a little bit of a break, and now we're going to go very shortly and have a look at some club cars just over the other side here. We'll be back in a moment.
Fish, and more fish. Can you see you and your family catching big fish like this? Then see yourself with a new Fish Seeker, spending time with family and friends, catching plenty of big fish all year round from the safety of the shore. Fish Seeker is a lightweight, portable, self-propelled watercraft that can carry as many as 5 hooks up to 1,000 meters offshore, right to where the big fish are. The secret to catching plenty of big fish is in Fish Seeker's sleek wave-piercing technology and twin jet thrusters that cut through surf, wind and breakers to get your bait right to where the big fish are. And with its built-in compass, it never loses sight of the course you set. To start catching fish, simply attach the Fish Seeker to your rod, reel or hand line and send it out past the breakers. The Fish Seeker automatically releases your baited hooks. Then simply wait 20 minutes or so before you haul in the line. Fishing's never been so easy. Trying to cast your line past the breakers can sometimes be next to impossible. And boats can be expensive and dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. But for a fraction of the cost, the Fish Seeker keeps you on the safety of the shore and gets you past the breakers to catch the big fish, like this 110 centimetre kingfish that was caught using the Fish Seeker. Just one morning's catch with the Fish Seeker can add up to hundreds of dollars in prime fillets from the store. The Fish Seeker could pay for itself in almost no time at all. The Fish Seeker even comes with a free app for complete one-touch fingertip control.
You could pay up to $5,000 for an electric Kentucky, but you won't pay anything like that. You get the Fish Seeker fully assembled and ready to launch. Plus you also get the trace rack, hooks and sinker pre-rigged. Plus the heavy-duty battery was over $1,000, now only $399. Now you can stop fishing and start catching with the revolutionary Fish Seeker. Call now on 0800 700 700. That's 0800 700 700. Call now.
The classic car in all its glory. No one knows the restoration of the classic car better than Fletch, our man from Australia, with his weekly program Classic Restos. G'day, I'm Flitch. Classic Restos. Friday nights at 8 p.m.
Welcome back to the Classic Car and Hot Rod Festival here in Kumeu, and a big part of this is all the hot rod clubs. They've got little stands or little areas all around the back here, and there's quite a few enthusiast cars, one would say. Some of them are really nice, and some of them look like they're in the early stages of build, but that's what the hot rod scene's all about, the hot rod clubs. So I'll bring in director Ian, and Ian, we'll just have a look as we'll take a wander here. Yep. And just have a look. So here we've got a
what do we got here?
We've got Galaxies.
Yeah, that's a Galaxy.
And
Ford. This man's a Ford. Oh no, there's a Chev. See?
Yes.
Now, I think that's what they call a beta, isn't it? I think that in hot rod terms that's a beta. So it's designed to look like that. You know, it's supposed to look like it's been found in a barn.
Well, if you just have a look at the Galaxy, if you turn around, Robin, there in the white Galaxy there, that looks like a very original type of car. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, this is the, I don't know what club this is. They haven't got a banner up, but they're all enjoying themselves over there. But yeah, so that nice Galaxy is another Galaxy. Chev pickup truck. Let's wander along, see what.
Yeah, we'll wander along. Easy Moves Limited, building removals. Well, they're obviously they're a big part of the club. And further down here, we'll have a look. There's some trucks here, Ian, that look seriously impressive. And
we'll give it a go, Rog. We might lose the signal.
Yeah.
James has been telling me that we're on the edge of losing the signal out here, but we'll try. So viewers, if we suddenly cut out, well, it's not our fault.
Beautiful Mitsubishi Galant in the background there, so it's not always about some Japanese stuff here as well.
Right, yeah. Look at that Mustang.
Yeah, and have a look under it.
5 pony.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if we go closer here, Robin, if we can have a look at this Mustang here and have a look under the bonnet, and it looks like a lot of detail gone into this car.
Sure does. It's for sale.
Yes, we'll just have a look at the price here, Ian, and it's you got a spare 95,000?
No, I don't. No, I don't. Hey, contrary to popular opinion, the TV business doesn't pay very well, so no, I ain't got a spare 95k. But hey, as I said earlier on the camera, if I did, I wouldn't buy a Mustang. It would be our Cougar. So.
Yeah, we've already seen your car, the Cougar. So if you win Lotto tomorrow night, you'll be here Sunday.
Yep,
and plenty of it.
Oh yes, plenty of it. Plenty.
Well,
what about this? 48 Oldsmobile.
Yes, and it looks like it's in a bit of a resto as well.
That's turbocharged, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. In fact, it's twin turbocharged.
Whoa.
Yes, so it'll be a rocket, I'd say. And right beside it is another one for sale, the old Chevy 38.
38 Chevy, yep.
You got a spare 27k, you can own that.
No, not for me, unfortunately. I'm not a Chev man, I am actually a Ford man, see Cougar, Ford underneath.
Well, that's a shame because I'm a Chev man.
I know.
Yeah.
You always get them.
Yeah, well, GM.
We're going to keep trying to get to the trucks.
Yes, we've got them coming up very shortly.
If we lose the signal, we did try.
Yeah, so here we've... what have we got here? Another Chev there?
No, it's a brand new Mustang.
Oh, sorry, brand new Mustang. Should tell by the badge. Now here we've got the truck side of things, and this is a race car or race truck. And we'll see if we can have a bit of a chat to someone. We'll go right in here if we can, and we might have a chat with these because truck racing is sort of, well, it's a thing we've covered in the past. Are you the driver? Yeah, we're trying to have a chat with the driver, but many years we've actually covered truck racing, haven't we?
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
And
yep, you and I have covered a bit of truck racing. Here comes somebody. Looks like they want to talk.
Can I drive this one?
Right. Okay. Looks like there's a few in the fleet. We're actually live on air at the moment, so yeah, turn it down a little bit. So, sorry, what was your name?
Connor.
Oh, right. And you're the driver of the surname?
Yeah, Etting, driver of this one.
Right.
And my father, Troy, drives the Kenworth over there.
Oh, okay. And have you been doing the truck racing for quite a while?
Oh, I think we bought this truck about 3 or 4 years ago, and so this is the third season we've done in this truck. So Troy, my father, drove it predominantly, and I did one race a weekend in it. And then when we bought the Kenworth, he jumped into that one, and I've been racing this one now for 2 seasons. So
with truck racing, predominantly a lot of it's in the South Island, isn't it?
yeah. So unfortunately, we don't really have a lot of tracks in the North Island that take us. So we're down to Manfield at the moment in Fielding, who are awesome. So we race there twice a season. We used to race at Pukekohe, but with that gone, it's a crying shame, especially since we're Auckland based. So.
Yeah, and also we've actually covered quite a bit of the truck racing on TV side of things, but it's quite strong down in like Timaru, for example.
Yep. So that's us next weekend. So we're taking off on Monday, not from here, but we're just down the road, and then load up some tools and we're off. So last year was a massive event. I think we had about 15,000 people down there for the weekend, and I think it's even going to be bigger this year. We've got a couple more classes racing. The NZV8s are down there.
Yes.
So we've got 10 trucks down there for the weekend. I think we only had 8 or 9 last season, so it's going to be good.
Malcolm Little was one of the top guys when we were there. Is he still running?
Yeah, he's not driving, but he's still sort of, I guess, the main guy really. One of the main guys. He's got 2 trucks, so it's us and him that have got the two truck teams. He's got a son who's Alex Little. He's number 1 NZ. And then he's got Bones, Brent Collins, who's a great driver. He's driving Malcolm's truck.
Yeah, well, I know Bones, and over the years, and he's a very good driver, not just in trucks. I'll tell you that. He's also been very good in everything. He's done all sorts of racing. Good guy too, down the South Island.
Yep, yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, obviously Timaru, his hometown, I guess, and he's a fan favourite down there, and he's a great guy, and it's been good because a lot of us are just truck drivers or demo workers or whatever, but in the truck racing scene, not many of us are race car drivers, I guess you'd say.
Yes, I was just going to ask you that, is the fact that how did you get into truck racing?
Well, it's something we've always seen from afar. We've always wanted to get into car racing, and we got a phone call one day that this Volvo was for sale, and yeah, it was sort of like, well, it was a good deal, and we grabbed it. It probably wasn't our first idea of our introduction into motorsport. We thought we might have got into speedway first, or something else, or a lower car class, but that was a bit of a baptism of fire, I guess.
And is that your business, Easy Moves Building Removals?
Yep. So we're a house moving company, so been around trucks whole life pretty much.
That's with a trucking connection. Did you actually start in? You're based out here somewhere, aren't you?
Yeah, we're only about 20 minutes down the road, 30 minutes down the road in Glen Eden. So, yep.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Rog, Troy's here, and you want to check out that second truck, mate.
We'll check out Troy. Yeah, so we're. Oh yes, we might as well give it a go. Jump in it and we'll give it a go. But yeah, so obviously your dad's been doing it a little bit longer. So
yeah, Dad's here, Troy. So he's been doing it since he was 17. 17, yeah. Yep. Started the business 22 years ago.
What made you get into trucks, Troy?
Oh,
here we go. Got a bit of noise. We'll come out of there in a minute. As you can hear, they've got their own little noise. So
you want to check out this truck up here, mate?
We'll come up here, Troy. Just looking at, this is your truck, isn't it, Troy, the one that you drive?
Yeah, so we, like Connor said, we bought that first, just fluke.
Sorry, boy, can I just grab the drink, mate?
Oh, yeah.
No worries.
So, yeah, always dreamed about doing motor racing and stuff like that, but, family, work, no money. And then, the Volvo came up, the mate rang up and says, found you a race truck. I wasn't really looking for one, but, hey, never too old, are you? So we bought it. We were actually going to put it in the shed. And another mate of mine rang up and said, what are you doing? Bought this race truck, get out there. So we threw it on the back of the 8-wheeler and put some tools together and off to Invercargill we went and did our first race. Never been on circuit before. Never.
Yeah, really? So it was your first experience. Just looking at this truck here, because when you look at most trucks, the cab tilts the other way. This one's tilting that way.
So mostly in the race trucks they tilt that way, purely to get to the motor, obviously. So this motor's been moved back about 450 mils, just for weight distribution. So yeah, just to work on them and get onto them, that's why we have the tilt cab that way. Yeah.
What sort of power would these trucks have?
This one's running about 1700. We haven't had it on dyno, but it's up there. It's about 1700 horsepower. Some of the guys, well, we've just blown up a new Allison gearbox that we put in last year, so that would tend to tell us we are running quite high horsepower.
High horsepower, yeah, so therefore it puts a lot of pressure on the drivetrain. So talking about the reliability factor on when you're racing them, are they reasonably reliable, or you tend to work on them a lot?
We're newies on the block, so we're working on them all the time. The guys that know what they're doing have got it sussed. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly, but it's been a hell of a learning curve.
Yes, like most motorsport.
I've done house moving all my life, and as you need to fix stuff on the side of the road, on site, you break stuff, you fix it. Now I can rebuild a C12 Caterpillar.
Yeah, so you learn as you go along.
Yeah, I've learned a hell of a lot. But more horsepower, more work.
Yeah, exactly.
So
normal
you push it.
Yeah, normal motorsport, banging more power.
Yeah. So the Volvo's a very reliable truck.
Yeah.
Twin turbo, running about 49 horsepower. Compound turbo is
big
a lot more bang.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we struggle with keeping the head on.
All right. Okay, Troy. Well, thanks for your time, and it's been good to see the truck. So we'll grab in again, wander a little bit further down. Thanks, and all the best for your trip down in South Island. You're heading off on Saturday, Monday.
Monday, yeah.
Yeah. Where's that? Timaru.
Timaru.
Yes. Oh, best of luck. Yeah. Right, Ian, shall we shoot down there a little bit? Well, thanks.
Rog,
Yeah.
should take a short break, and then because there's some really great retro caravans that we need to have a look at. And let's face it, we've only got 12 minutes, so let's go over there.
Okay, so we'll take a little break, and we'll be back to look at Ian's favourite, the retro caravans.
Decide what story you want to tell.
We make ourselves who we are. We decide.
Make the moment worth living.
Lost in paradise when it's just you and I. We're trying to survive.
It has become my hope that this will set me free.
Sometimes what one needs to say is too important to let fear get in the way.
It's all very delicate. Your fragile house of lives.
Someone's been a naughty girl.
I have made many mistakes, but I know now that I have used my moment well.
Welcome back to the Classic Car and Hot Rod Festival here at Kumeu. And it's not just hot rods and classic cars, it's caravans. And with me is Zoe. And Zoe, looks like, just explain to us the retro caravan scene.
It is a scene of amazing, obviously, caravans, as you see. There are a multitude of personalities that seem to come out with every single caravan. It's been a movement. It seems to be growing stronger and stronger every year. So, yeah, I love it personally myself. And, yeah, do a lot of trips and bits and pieces and get out there and do it.
Just tell us, you showed us photos there of basically the build. Was it a 2-year build?
It was over 18 months, yeah. It was a pretty tough build. We just picked it every weekend, just a little bit here and there, until eventually it was together. Ask me if we'd do it again? No. No, it was a one-off, definitely. But it's a labour of love, and we love it. So.
Yes, and just tell us a little bit about the movement, because there's a few caravans here, so everybody's friendly and know each other.
Yeah, so it's a family event for sure, and definitely you gather friends with owning caravans. It's just an extension to who you are and what you're about. So.
And we're here at Kumeu, but do you have shows, other shows you go to throughout the?
Yes, definitely. Beach Hop, I think that's where the movement really kind of started with the retro caravans quite a few years ago, and it has definitely grown more and more over the years. So yeah.
And the theme here is purple, so is that your favourite colour?
Maybe.
It certainly looks like it, but we can't actually look inside, which is a bit unfortunate, but the upholstery and everything looks really nice.
Amazing, yeah, it's immaculate. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's beautiful.
All right, well, thank you very much, Zoe. Unfortunately, we've got to wrap up now, but
have a great day.
Yeah, looks like you're up for a good weekend anyway.
I will. Yeah, we will. Enjoy. Excellent.
All right, well, there we go, folks. We've been here for the first day of the Kumeu Hot Rod Show, Classic Car and Hot Rod Show. It's been a bit of a blast, just showing you a little bit around the place. Tomorrow's a big day, and Sunday's a big day as well, but tomorrow's probably the big day. So if you're at home, you've got nothing to do, come and have a look. Some of the cars here, or even the caravans here, like Zoe's caravan, for example, are just something else to see. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow, come in to Kumeu and come to the Hot Rod Show. Thanks very much, and we'd like to say thanks to a few of the sponsors as well who've been sponsoring this place. Mothers and Repco been sponsoring the show here. We've enjoyed bringing it to you. Thanks very much, and good afternoon to you.